Back to school is upon us. That means we have sports like football, golf, tennis, cross country, and soccer back in full swing. While it's very difficult to prevent an acute injury, such as a lateral ankle sprain, a shoulder dislocation, or concussion, they're all still very relevant to look out for, as well as chronic injuries, which is the overuse of a single area over time. These can be things like a tendinopathy or a tendonitis in your rotator cuff, especially for throwers, hamstrings, especially for soccer players, and patellar tendons for any running sports. As we ramp back up into our sports, it's important to watch out for the big three things that will reduce our risk of chronic injury. The first of these things is a gradual progression back into our regular training volume. The quickest way toward a stress injury is doing too much, too fast, after doing too little for too long. So that means we have to control the training load, which is the input of an exercise required to produce a training outcome. Whether it's improving strength or aerobic capacity, it's important to gradually progress this training load and avoid excessive muscle soreness, especially soreness that lasts for more than 2 days. We see this thing very commonly, especially in our high school athletes, because odds are over the summer they're training either not at all or very lightly, and immediately starting back up at practices with their school, running sometimes 20 or 30 miles a week, thus leading to this chronic stress injury. An easy way to prevent doing too much too fast is to start at a given set and rep for an exercise or a training volume, and once that becomes easy, then you progress. If you're still sore for more than 2 days after the initial bout of exercise, then you don't progress yourself until your soreness only lasts 48 hours or less. The best way you can help your body adapt to these increases in training loads is with key number 2. That's nutrition, recovery, and sleep. You need to give your body the energy that it needs through utilizing the 3 main macros. Carbohydrates will allow your body to be fueled while you're doing your practices. Protein will help your body recover and your muscles grow. And fats will be used for long-term energy, especially the poly and mono unsaturated fats. In the same vein, your body needs recovery and rest just as much as it needs its fuel. So after your practices, making sure that you're getting enough sleep and enough recovery between sessions so that way your muscle doesn't have excessive breakdown. And of course, the last element is hydration. Ideally not with sugary sports drinks, but with water infused with electrolytes and minerals. Finally, key element number 3, that being cross-training, especially for your sports that have a repetitive nature, such as dancers, gymnasts, and endurance runners. Essentially, cross-training in this context can just mean any exercise outside of the repetitive nature of your sport. So, for example, a runner who runs 30 to 40 miles a week should be doing weight training about 2 to 3 times a week to keep the muscles and bones strong and to work opposing muscle groups. Not only will this help reduce the risk of these chronic stress injuries, but it will also improve your sports performance overall. Overall, as we return to these fall sports, just make sure we're following these big 3 items: gradual progression in training volume, excellent nutrition, sleep, and recovery, and incorporating cross-training. Should an injury occur, or you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your local Kinetic physical therapist for an evaluation.